you can't fault Thibodeau right now because of the record. And interestingly enough, I think you go back to before this winning streak, I think a lot was on the table in terms of trades because, if the Knicks were several games under, they were floundering, right? I think they would have pursued, at least had conversations about significant moves to try to get this thing pointed in the other direction for everything that we talked about earlier, Joel. And I do think, owner James Dolan was at the point where, hey, he wanted to see results. He wanted to see tangible results. He didn't want to see games like the Dallas loss where they get crushed in the third quarter and they're not competitive. You don't want to see many more games like the Oklahoma City game where they give up 145 points in regulation. He wanted to see the team compete. He wanted to see something tangible. And I think he's seen that over the last 5 games. So I think if the Knicks stay here, right, they stay around 500, couple games over, I would be surprised if they went and pursued a huge trade ahead of the deadline. I think what you'll see is they'll be involved in more minor moves, more roster, clearing up roster spots, clearing up rotation spots, whether it's a Derrick Rose, it's a Cam Reddish, it's an Evan Fournier. But also, I don't think they're in position really right now to dump a contract like Evan Fournier's because that would mean you have to attach a young player, attach a draft asset. The teams in touch with them say that there's very little appetite on their end to do something like that with Fournier because you already did that with the previous contracts that you signed 2 off seasons ago. So how do you justify doing that again with Fournier? So the Knicks, at least according to people in touch with them, have been very hesitant to attach assets, specifically on Fournier. There's been talk with the Lakers. A lot of the Lakers talk that I had heard was a 3-team deal. Cam Reddish's name was brought up. Evan Fournier's name was brought up. So I would assume that those talks continue. But I don't think right now, at least, if the Knicks continue to win and to be around 500, couple games over, I'd be surprised if they made a significant move right now at the deadline.